before Christmas caroling became polite. It was dangerous, because in Old England a song wasn't entertainment, it was a weapon, and every winter entire villages used it. In the frozen dark of midwinter, long before electricity or holiday cheer, villagers gathered around orchards holding torches, mugs of steaming ale, and a strange kind of fear. This was wassailing, the winter ritual meant to protect the year's harvest, or punish anyone who refused to honor it. Back then, apples weren't just fruit, they were survival. A failed orchard meant hunger, poverty, even death. And so people turned to something older than religion, magic through sound. To wassail meant to be whole, to be blessed. But in those centuries, that blessing had a shadow. In England's cider counties, villagers marched into the orchards at night, chanting verses older than Christianity itself. They poured spiced ale over the roots, hung pieces of toast on branches as offerings, and shouted into the black sky to wake the sleeping tree spirits. Some songs were gentle, pleading for growth, warmth, and a good harvest. Others weren't, because one wrong verse, one misstep, and the song could turn into a curse, not just on the orchard, but on the person who had angered the singers. Wassailing wasn't just for trees. It became a door-to-door tradition, but far from today's cheerful caroling. A group of wassailers would arrive at your home singing loud, raw, half-drunken melodies that promised a blessing if you gave them food, drink, or coins. Refuse them, and the next verses turned sharp, dark, almost threatening. They sang misfortune onto stingy households, blight, bad luck, poor harvests. For centuries it was understood, you don't send the wassailers away empty-handed. When Christianity spread through England, the church tried to tame wassailing. They rewrote the songs, softened the verses, pushed the idea of good cheer, but the old magic didn't disappear, it just hid inside the melodies. Even into the 1700s, wassailing songs still carried veiled threats, protective charms, and word-for-word echoes of ancient pagan incantations. These weren't Christmas carols. These were winter spells. For isolated farm communities, wassailing was more than tradition, it was survival. A successful orchard meant the whole village lived. A cursed one meant winter starvation, so people sang with everything they had. Their breath steamed in the air, torches flickered between apple trees, and the ground steamed as warm ale soaked into frozen roots. They believed the spirits were listening, and maybe the trees were too. Today, wassailing survives only in scattered English festivals. The chants softer, the threats forgotten, the magic mostly lost. But in those cold centuries, music held real power. A song could protect a village or doom a miser. Because once upon a time, Christmas music wasn't merry, it was mystical. Would you dare join the midnight whistle?